there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today I have a crazy day at work. No time to do the edits, the intro, the music and all that. I apologize for that, but I really wanted to bring you guys this content because we have two new commanders in Rise of Kingdoms that change everything in this game, literally. Before we start though, I'm a sponsored content creator by Rise of Kingdoms. If you enjoy the content, make sure you're dropping a like on it. And of course, hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the bell so you know when I upload new videos. I do it every single day, Rise of Kingdoms. And this is just a first impression of these commanders. We will do a video on each of them separately, detailing everything you need to know from talent trees to commander pairings to tests. We hopefully will get some tests done very soon as these guys come out and we get a couple of them expertised in JWM and start doing a few tests. If you want to see that content, make sure you're smashing the like button to let me know that that's something you want to see. Let's start off with why these commanders changed the game. As of today, Rise of Kingdoms officially changed the way legendary commander sculptures are introduced to the game. Back in the day, all the way to now, we had 3 generations of legendary commanders introduced. Each of them was in a cycle. We had cavalry, infantry, archers. Cavalry, infantry, archers, cavalry, infantry, archers. That's how it worked. From there, we went on to what was this, which is a brand new cycle. Artemisia Ramses were the last commanders to come out of that final cycle, 3rd generation. And now this begins a brand new cycle of leadership garrison defense commanders. They're both leadership garrison defense commanders. It doesn't necessarily mean that the cycle is about garrison defense and leadership, but introducing leadership into it is very interesting. Leadership is a talent tree that is more aimed to the mixed troops to be able to use multiple types of troops. And it's the least favorable really out of them all. People use leadership primarily for rallying cities, and even then it's just because leadership commanders usually come with like a really great attack and defense bonus, kind of like you have Julius Caesar right here with damage taken reduction, additional damage reductions right here. You do attack, defense, and damage bonuses like crazy. This is why usually leadership commanders are used, but now they made a leadership garrison commander, which is meant to finally counter Attila Takeda. Rest in peace, my Artemisia. Let's get into Theodora first. Go through her skills, talk about her. We'll move to the next commander in here, Yi Sun-sin, who is also a Korean commander like Yi Sung-ye, and show you guys a couple of other things. By the way, he looks a lot like the old Yulji, except how he lost a bunch of weight and went to the gym. And old Yulji is now a buffed up Yulji. I mean, the man gained some shoulders, lost some weight, has a sword now. He has horns, for crying out loud, and I guess that's a cleaning thingy, kind of like, what's his face? Kind of like our friend, where is he? Except on his head. Okay. Anyway, let's start off with Theodora. Theodora's first skill is a completely game-changing skill. Deals damage of 600 factor all the way to 1400, up to 5 enemies in a circular area. Damage dealt to each target will be reduced by 15% for each target after the first. This is Yi Sung-ye's expertise. This is one of the main reasons Yi Sung-ye is so good. He was the only circular area AoE commander in the game, and now she comes in on her first skill, on the first unlock, 10 sculptures in, you have a circular area commander. I love this, especially because even though she is a mightiest governor commander, she'll eventually come out in Card King, and she is how even very low spenders can potentially get to a point where they are chaining barbarians in a much easier way than Ethelflaed is. Ethelflaed is currently one of the better ones for chaining barbarians, but this changes the game. We finally have a second circular area commander, and it's on the first skill, on the first level. That's crazy. She's a bit weaker than Yi Sung-ye by 300 direct damage factor points, but that's okay. When commanding the garrison, all troops under Theodora's command gain 2% defense, and damage taken from rallies is reduced by 2%. I need to breathe. I'm excited. Defense bonus up to 10%. Damage from rallies reduced by 10%. This is a direct hit to that Attila Takeda rally. Damage taken down, which means Their normal attack can gain more power, but the damage you're taking is lower. So if it's skill, if it's a normal attack, whatever it is, that damage is going down. It is finally time to have something that can stop Attila Takeda and bring back the let's think about what commanders we use to rally stuff, and not only Attila Takeda go. Attila Takeda go. All troops under Theodora's command gain 2% attack. While Theodora's army is more than 50%, her troops deal an extra 2% damage. So you get an attack bonus and a damage bonus, which is kind of what we've been seeing a lot out of leadership commanders. This is up to par. This is not the most interesting skill of them all. Actually, this is the most underwhelming of them, even though attack bonus and damage bonuses are great. It's one of those cookie cutter kind of leadership skills. When commanding the garrison, each time Theodora's troops take damage, they have a 10% chance to gain 10% damage bonus for 3 seconds. This is quite literally Artemisia's thing. Which one of these skills is it? There it is. It's literally Artemisia's thing. In here, the normal attack damage reduction was a direct hit to infantry commanders as well as to Attila Takeda, and it also disarms the target, which is nuts. This is more about her being able to do some attack back. She wants to do attack back, and a lot of it, up to 40%. Quite frankly, all of her skills are so good that I think this is the first commander that I could say, and this is, by the way, first look at them, first overview. Don't take this as this is what you need to do. We'll do a fully broken down video once we analyze her a bit more, get her, play with her and all that. But at first look, quite honestly, you can make her a 5-1-1-1 commander, or even not really a 5-1-1-1 commander. This would be nice to get to it first because it'll really change her. But once you get that, all of these skills are really, really, really interesting because this is commanding on garrison. This one right here is for anything, and this is for garrison too. So if you're going to use her as garrison, you might as well enjoy all the skills out there. If you're not going to use her for garrison, what are you going to use her for? I really don't know. But you're going to take her to 5-1-1 and then try to get her to a 5-5-5, I guess. I feel like she's a 5-1-1-1 commander. I'm calling that early on, but I could be wrong. Once you expertise this girl, the circular area damage comes up to par with Yi Seong-Ye, which makes sense because it was pretty much the same thing as Yi Seong-Ye was early on, and then you do that. And so, yeah, so far, so good. I like Theodora. She's the mightiest governor commander. But honestly, I'm more excited about the wheel commander coming in, Yi Sun-Sin. Yi Sun-Sin is quite literally a commander that's there to test a bunch of new mechanics in one guy. He is going to be what I think is the future of Rise of Kingdoms, and you will see what I mean in a moment. I'll explain it through this commander. His first skill, in field battles, direct damage target of a direct damage factor of 1,000, direct damage factor of 1,000, and garrison deal damage up to 3 targets in a fan shape, direct damage of 600, but each target receives 15% less additional damage. All that's good from additional struck targets. In field battles and in garrison battles, damage dealt also reduces target movement by 10% for 3 seconds. This is what I'm talking about. We finally have commanders where their skills do different things in different positions. This guy is a garrison guy, and he's also a field battle. You can use them for both. You get different results out of both. And now the idea is, how do you utilize this commander within the configuration of your alliance? Because truthfully, you're not really going to need too many garrison commanders per se, but having this guy with this skill available on the open field too could be really, really, really useful. This is not only a garrison commander, he can be very useful on the open field, and you'll see why when we go to the next few skills. But so far, man, a skill that's dependent on what the commander does. We saw something very similar in Edward of Woodstock, where if you were a secondary commander, it would give a little bit of less damage. Well, half the damage as a primary commander. But this is now about where you play the commander rather than the position in a march. Very, very cool stuff. Field battles, by the way, also means rally. Just a thought. Passive skill on the battle of whatever the heck that is. I can't read that. Normal attacks have a 10% chance of increasing your defense by 5% and all damage by 5% for 3 seconds when this commander is fighting within your alliance territory or serving as a garrison commander stronghold at a stronghold. First of all, at a stronghold, I believe that means that it's not in your city. You're in a fort or a pass. I don't even think a flag is considered a stronghold. I'm going to ask Lilith that and give you guys the answer on stream on Wednesday, by the way. Wednesday, 4 p.m. UTC will be live. We'll cover all the updates, all the changes, a bunch of other things along the way. And by the way, tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys how Cyrus Invitational looks like from the inside for the first time. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you know when that happens and get to see the video, of course. Fighting in alliance territory. Open field presence plus fighting in alliance territory. What does that mean? This is an open field defensive commander. For the first time ever, you're going to have a commander who's going to do much better by staying in your territory, around your flags, around your passes, around your fortresses, to help defend the building rather than go out there to the open field to fight on the opposition's territory. This is a commander that's meant to stay back by your buildings and help the garrison, if not as a garrison commander, as an open field garrison player. I mean, how exciting is this? This literally changes everything about Rise of Kingdoms. Now you have a skill that's dependent on how you use them and also dependent on where you stand on the field if you're in the open field. I love this. I really, really do. I'm super excited about this commander, and I'm really thankful he's a Wheel of Fortune commander because we're going to have to spin the heck out of that, which means it's time to get more gems. At 72,000 gems for 184 spins, we're going to need a lot of gems for this bad boy. The third skill, increase troops defense by 10%, increase the troops damage by 5% when your troops are under your commander below 50%. This is kind of like a more cookie cutter type of skill. We've seen some of these in the past. Damage bonus of 20% and defense bonus of 30% is fantastic when he's maxed out. I don't have much to say about this because really we've seen these before. Let's move on to the next skill, Winged Formation. Increases attack of garrison troops by 5% when this commander is serving as a garrison commander. Gains an extra 10% chance of receiving a shield plus 10% more counter attack damage for next 3 seconds when attacked. So when he's attacked, whether a garrison commander or not, you can get yourself a shield and counterattack damage bonus, which is really, really, really crucial. At a 30% counterattack damage, add him to Charles Martel. Getting swarmed is not going to be a problem with these guys. Add to shield for a little bit of defense. And if you're garrisoning, get that attack even further. Another one of these skills that is dynamic. If you're garrisoning, you gain extra stuff. If you're not garrisoning, you still have something to get out of it. So they are making it so that garrison leadership commanders don't only have to sit on the wall to be useful. The big problem with Wu Zetian is really that. She's fantastic as a garrison commander, and that's it. These guys are not only garrison commanders, more specifically him, he's a great open field and field fighter in general. Man, he is definitely changing the way Rise of Kingdoms is getting played, is going to be played, and I'm really, really certain that more commanders like these are going to come on in the future. But if you thought this was everything, his expertise is a brand new skill. It increases troop attack and defense when commanding 2 or more unit types. We know that this is what makes leadership commanders. Leadership commanders have the leadership talent tree, which favors utilization of multiple troops. But Rise of Kingdoms was more about single type of marches with 2 commanders of that type forever. Now, there is a realistic situation where in the future, we will start seeing marches that are 50% cavalry, 50% infantry with a cavalry infantry set. We might see a 20% cavalry, 80% infantry with him and an infantry commander in the build, playing on the field. This opens finally the door to multi-unit type fighting, which we've never had before. His expertise is actually gonna change the game, and I'm telling you this right now. We will be seeing more of these commanders in the future. We're gonna start seeing a shift from the one-type troop marches to multi-type troop marches and multi-type rallies. I'm really looking forward for the day formations come out into the game as well. So now the mountain types that you send will change the position of troops, which will make it even a more diverse war game. And quite honestly, I'm very much looking forward for the 4-3-1 rallies. 40% in cavalry, 4-5-1, let's say. Screw it, whatever. 4-5-1. 40% infantry, cavalry, 50% infantry, 10% archer rallies. And that'll be based on formation. That'll be based on the commanders. That will make the game so much more complex because it'll require you to pay attention when you're warring, but it'll add so much depth into the warring. This is an indication of that. I'm calling it right now. Remember what I say, in a year or so, you'll see it happen. With that being said, 2 new legendary commanders plus a rework on Mr. Eulogy. All right. I love these commanders. I want to know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Let's keep this conversation either on the comments below or in my Discord, link down below as well. Tomorrow, again, we'll talk a little bit about Osiris Invitational. We got a bunch of civil wars happening all over the place, so fun times of civil war videos coming too. Thank you for all your continued support, and I'll see you sooner rather than later. I'm going back to work. Take care. Have a good one, and I apologize again for the one-take video that didn't have an intro, music, and all that. It's what I could do today. It is what it is. Peace.